year. And I felt that aside from the number two, the committee members take part in educational workshops and conferences to help them make informed decisions. We did a very good job. We met all of our goals. So
I like the policies clear and up to date.
yeah, absolutely.
For 10 years.
So we have these, and we know starting with the next meeting, we will make sure that we have two brand new giant policy manuals fully up to date for the two new members who will be coming on to make an effort to fill your shoes. It will be very difficult.
Can I ask a question on page 6 of 8,
Yes.
item 7,
I was wondering
where there's a
feeling.
2-3? Anybody want to admit they put that score there? And
Is that like a 2.5?
No.
that's what that
That's
is.
what that is,
That's
absolutely.
a 2.5.
That's
Agrees to
2.5.
disagree with herself.
Ask the teacher.
Oh, notice I didn't round,
Could be
so
a
it could go
2.75
either way.
too,
That's
right?
why I
That's
put
right.
the 2.5.
It could.
Well, there you
Did
go.
it?
So we have something to go forward with for our goals for next year, just based on these.
This is good.
There were a couple of them. So
I
you
see another
notice-
2.5 and a 1.5.
So
Do we put this up on the website? Our own evaluations so the public can see it?
Certainly
we
could.
can put this up.
We should.
All right, we'll make sure that this piece is posted here. All right. We don't have to do anything with that. So we will move on to the special education procedure manual.
No, that couldn't have been me.
Oh, honey, it is.
But I'm looking at the other ones in that same column. I'm like, nah.
Dave, do you want to?
Dave, did you want to come up and, does anyone have questions for Mr. Dempsey about this? I mean, I went through it. It's pretty comprehensive.
In your orange notes, it just gives you a little context
Yeah, for
as
the record, I went
to
through
why
this.
this special education procedural manual
I read
was
it.
developed. Not only is it good practice, but it was one of the suggestions or findings in our coordinated program review. And you could talk about the process a little bit, Dave. And
One of the things that we really felt that we needed was the last time we had a procedural manual was was updated in 2004. It was written in 2001.
That was my biggest question. I don't know if I had ever seen one.
Right.
To parent. Yeah.
And what we were cited in was the fact that we also need to make this document public. So it is going to be placed up on the special ed website as well and be available to the public. But I think more importantly too is it allows us to be able to, all of our staff to refer to it as far as what we do at an initial meeting, what we do as far as determining eligibility, also how to discipline students with special needs, and also how to follow through in timelines. And there's a clear, distinct description of all the timelines that take place that keep us within compliance. And I think the fact that we talk about transparency, I think the fact that we can put that out to the public and put that information out forward to them, I think it really helps to help them to understand what the process is and how it takes place, what the timelines are. And it allows, us to be able to really kind of, keep our staff in line as far as being able to follow those timelines, but also to allow the public and allow parents to have an understanding going into the situation and have a document that they can go to ahead of time and really kind of have a reference point on and a reference to be able to have an understanding of the way that the law takes place.
It was
So I
nice
think
to have the federal laws cross-referenced in
Right.
here. That was great.
Yeah, so I think, so there's a lot of different parts to this, and it's actually going to be an ongoing process. One of the things that we will be adding to this is, Carol and I talked about it today, there's a flow chart that we've produced for for disciplining students with special needs, and that's going to be added. So it'll continue to grow as we go, and we'll be adding things to there as well, so it'll become, available to the public and staff as well, so.
Excellent.
no,
Hate to
it's
say.
great work, Dave.
It is.
And your staff
It
did
is
a
a
nice
lot of
job
work.
on this.
It really is, and it's great that we have it all together in one place.
Well, and I think it'll be helpful to everybody,
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
This will go into our
This is
manual
great.
now, future?
No, this isn't part of our, this is
This
the
will be posted
procedural.
on the
This is the
website.
This is not the policy.
Right.
Policies probably says that we have to have this.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
It's about this long as opposed to the actual procedure.
Yeah, it says you shall have a
Shall have
manual.
one.
Okay,
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Dave.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This is great. We don't have to approve this, do we?
Nope.
No.
Or should we?
Yeah,
I think
I
we.
think you should approve it because,
procedures.
well,
Do we
okay,
approve
all right,
procedures?
all right, it's fine.
I didn't think we
Well,
did.
Carol, why, well, if you think we
I was
should.
just thinking that sometimes when you respond to the DESE and you could say that the school committee reviewed it and approved the manual, that's never a bad thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it required? Probably not, but I think.
But
would
it
be
shows
nice
that we
if
know what
Dave-
it's in it.
Yeah, right.
All right, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the special education procedure manual as presented.
Someone?
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, before we adjourn, and I'm going to have you do that. I first want to express our condolences to the Saunders family for the
Yes.
tragic loss that they experienced this past weekend, and our thoughts and prayers are with that family.
Absolutely.
And I also I was asked to remind everyone about the annual town meeting on Monday. It's May 2nd at 7 o'clock at the high school. They will be opening the doors early at 6 o'clock because they are expecting a large crowd, and they will have extra checkers on hand. And again, this year, they are doing a canned food drive. So they're asking that every resident bring a canned food, and this year they're supporting the Congregational Church.
Great.
And could I just add in that, and I want to thank Peter for coordinating this, and Dan is going to be the student that leads the town in the Pledge of Allegiance. So
that's
Dan's
excellent.
going to be doing that. And the National Honor Society
down.
is going to provide babysitting. So they have
There you
10
go.
babysitters at this point that have
Cross that
committed to
out.
come. So, you know, appreciate Mr. DeFranco and his students that are going to come and help the town out with that. So those are a couple of other pieces of information
Awesome.
the public might want to know
It's
about.
been a struggle to find a babysitter, so that's great.
It is. All right, I'm going to let you take it away.
I just want to make some comments before we adjourn very quickly, so we can keep it under an hour. If I had to give any words of wisdom, my words of wisdom would be when new members come on board, no matter who they may be in the future, that the existing members make sure that they understand the history of why we did what we did, why we do what we do before casting new votes. It's very easy to come in with great ideas and not realizing that the reason why certain things were done, they were done with a purpose. It wasn't just something that was done from the hip. So, for example, what our committee has done over the past several years, and all the members that I've served with, is we try to become a more family-friendly, community-friendly group. We've had many people come before us, some less friendly than others, but we have always maintained our level of professionalism, and that would always be my hope for the future. So as I'm watching these things on TV, or maybe stop by once in a while, that I'm hoping that that we still do that. It's always tough when you have turnover for that part to have to continue. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank the administration. You guys have been fantastic to work with, and Carol, obviously, Ann and I being part of the group that brought her here, and Terry, thank you very much. I know the numbers sometimes are all over the place, but we got there. We always got there. That's the important thing. And I'm trying to think. So the people I served with was John Anderson, Bill Ford, Margaret Messelar, Sally Zagnoli, Daryl Barta, Don Cudmore, and then we got Ann, Dave, Eric, and I know I'm missing Elaine Shuttleworth. My neighbor. How could I forget Elaine Shuttleworth? So it's been a pleasure really serving everybody. We all had different personalities, but our hearts are always in the right place. It's always what's best for the kids.
Yep.
That's right.
Makes our lives a hell of a lot easier.
That's right.
That's right.
It's a simple motto.
Simple motto.
Okay, without further ado,
Motion to adjourn.
I could use the gavel, huh?
motion to
I
adjourn.
move to adjourn.
There you go. Second.
When do I hit the gavel?
All those in
All
favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Meeting's adjourned. That's obnoxious. Not like the gavel.
I was gonna